Be careful not to clip too close to that line. Keep it at least a ½ inch away, so that you don't, so that you can keep your drape nice and clean. And you're just gonna follow that line again until you get to the shoulder line. Once you get to the shoulder line, you're going to, this is where it becomes a little bit different than the regular collar. You're just going to follow, you're going to follow this lapel, folding everything over. And again, excuse me, make sure when you fold over that you also pin down center back here, because you want to make sure, remember, this is going to be cut on the fold. If this comes over and it's cut on the fold, it's going to be all off and it's going to be too tight or too loose, depending on how you do it. If you come beyond here, it's going to be too loose. If you go this way, it's going to be too tight and it won't fold over right. So you want to make sure that it's really straight, at least at that point. Here you may have to cut in a little bit. Remember how we cut in on the collar before, but we want to make sure we don't cut in too much, because this is where the collar is going to be. So if you need to, you can draw in what you think your shape is going to be, but basically you're going to kind of pull it so that it matches up with this lapel. And you can see where it's giving some issue. That's where I'm going to start to cut in a little bit so it lays nice and flat. Same thing here, right? Gosh, I wish I was just like 4 inches taller for this demo.
Why don't you put it down? Like the whole mannequin, can it go a little bit down?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's good for my muscles. It's like I don't go to the gym, you know, so I have to do something. A little bit more here.
What do you do for exercise? Apparently.
Yeah. I teach. Okay, and so you can pin in here temporarily to get it to stay. It's not going to be attached down here, but if you want to, you know, just make sure, like, it's a little tricky to get it in here, right? Because you kind of have to slide your hand in, but just play with it. Basically what you're looking for is you want to make sure that this is nice and smooth in here, because this is where, if you've ever worn a jacket, you want this to be nice and smooth. But maybe before you clip a little bit more, you can start to draw in what your notched lapel is going to be. Now remember, so this, when they say a notched lapel, the notch is this little triangle between